Get ready, America, for this is the best of Destination Small Town, a Kluk TV production, featuring the shows that have taken Sweet Swine County by storm. The reality hit, The Real Housewives of Sweet Swine County, Sweet Swine's favorite music show, Backstage at the Commune, the tastefully done cooking segment, Cooking It Up with Betty, the always zany soap opera, As the Corn Grows, and of course, the wildly popular talk shows that share what's happening inside and outside Sweet Swine County. Which shows will you be seeing today? Stay tuned and find out right after the break.
Get ready, because now you can see a late-night talk show filmed in front of a discerning yet agreeable studio audience. Split Hoof tonight. Cousin John and his incomparable sidekick, Earl Silo, interview a roster of guests who make appearances that you won't want to miss. Now on this station and the web.
This program is made possible in part by Swine Tales Publications, the proud publisher of Sweet Swine County maps and plat books, now publishing authors from throughout Sweet Swine County. Swine Tales Publication is now making plans for their next book tour, and they may be held in these small towns with the release of Plowing Through Life by renowned life coach Elmer Plow. Elmer shares his proven 5-step plan for a better life. With advice that includes get a grip and snap out of it, Elmer's program is so ingenious in its simplicity and detail. It's sure to help a couple of people. Each of these towns and their businesses are being considered to hold a book signing because of the information found on the best source about small towns of the Midwest. To learn about these towns and their businesses, visit DestinationSmallTown.com.
Who are these people and what are they doing? Well, they're talk show hosts, tourists, celebrities, and reporters from your neighboring county of Sweet Swine. Yes, I said Sweet Swine County, and they're sharing what they've learned about the businesses and points of interest in the small towns of the Midwest. Learn all that they learned on DestinationSmallTown.com.
You're in for a treat now, folks. It's time to look back at one of our favorite episodes of the Cocklebur Morning Show. Our Story Productions presents the Cocklebur Morning Show, where we weed out the big stories from throughout Sweet Swine County with Bobby Ray and Sally Sue.
Oh, thank you. It's great being here. And what a show we have today for everyone. And we have a special guest today. Betty Thompson from Cooking It Up with Betty has agreed to be our guest host today. Thank you for coming.
Oh, it's my pleasure. You know, Bobby called me on the telephone not less than an hour ago and said, be here.
That's so
I have no idea what he's up to.
I wanted to say, I think I saw you on the other show, the women's show.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, honey.
It was a little hot. Those ladies, not too nice.
You know, this weekend I spent reading the new book, Not So Sweet.
You have that book.
I have
I
it.
heard about
can
that.
I tell you the dirt that's in that book?
Ooh. And is this the book?
This is it. Look
wow.
at this is it. And I tell you, it's hot. It's hot.
Not so sweet.
Not so
when
sweet.
When the claws come out.
Oh, I know. And I tell you what, we have copies for everyone in our audience.
Oh, how great! Wonderful.
Yes. Not to say that we're trying to get better ratings.
Oh, no.
But I think this is a very important book, and I think the audience would so enjoy reading it. It's
yes, indeed. I mean, the truth comes out.
Oh, can I tell you? You have to read it.
I'm excited.
So have to read it. And now, I think it's time for our guest.
Ooh, well, I think that's a great idea, Sally. You know, Sally, I've always been a fan of music. But, you know, I've noticed on the last couple of times we've had a musician on this show, well, you seem to be quite into it. You know, a little flirty.
Well, I don't get the expensive coat. Well, you know, but honest, I love live music.
Oh,
I just
do too.
enjoy it thoroughly. I'm a great fan of any kind of music.
Oh,
it's
yes.
great, especially if you can dance to it, honey.
Well, and especially if they're good looking, like the one I saw
Oh,
backstage.
I know, and that brings me our guest today, Mr. Chad Elliott.
Welcome, Chad. It's great to have you with us today.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
So, Chad, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm an Iowa singer-songwriter and also an artisan, and I travel around the country showing my art and sharing my songs.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, what brings you to Sweet Swine County?
Everyone's talking about it in the music business about this new commune that you've started here in your county.
Yes,
Swine Song Commune.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I mean, I heard that the Swine Song Commune allows musicians and artists time to get together and also to share their common interest in the arts. And well, I've decided I'm going to be a citizen of the commune.
Oh, are you going to move here?
That's exciting.
Well, no, I'm not going to move here permanently, but because I do a lot of traveling as a musician,
I
but
see. Okay.
but I'll be sure to stay in touch and involved through the website.
Oh, well, I've seen that website, Sally.
Yes.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
it's a great website to visit if you haven't done that. It's absolutely wonderful. So, Chad, tell us, how did you discover that you wanted to be a songwriter?
I was in college, I was studying art, and my roommate happened to have a guitar sitting in the corner, and so I picked up the guitar and I started practicing some chords, and then eventually that wasn't enough. I had to write my own words, and then it just grew from there.
Amazing.
And what's your
amazing.
inspiration for your songs?
I think everyday life, a lot of it, and then I've also just nature always inspires me. I go out for walks a lot and hikes, and I come back with loads of ideas that I can write. And my mom was an English teacher, and so she was always encouraging me to write poetry. So it was just a way to share my poems.
That kind of goes hand in
Wonderful.
hand with
Right.
it, yes.
Yes, yes.
So now I have heard about the one-horse tour.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a one-horse town tour, yeah, and it's kind of about small town life. In Iowa, there's lots of small towns, just as there are here in Minnesota. Wonderful small towns, and I thought I'd celebrate that a little bit. By next summer, I'm going to be traveling to towns under 1,000 in population and sharing my music, and so I'll be spending a month just traveling, visiting all the small towns that I might not have run across, even though I've grown up in Iowa. So.
Oh, what a clever idea. That's
And you have a new
wonderful.
album, and it's called Redemption Man, is that correct?
Yes, that's right. I'm just releasing that now, and I'm really proud of this album. The producer is Bo Ramsey, who works with Greg Brown and Lucinda Williams and all these wonderful artists,
wonderful.
and he plays his slide guitar on it. But I've been waiting to share these songs, and I'm finally getting it on an album, releasing it here this November.
Oh,
that's exciting.
That's amazing.
so
Well,
exciting.
you know, I've also heard about another project. I mean, you're a very busy man. But this new project is called the Den Sessions of 2010. Could you elaborate on that a little bit?
I mean, as I said, I write a lot of songs.
I guess,
And
yeah.
it's kind of like journal entries for me. Almost like every day I'll write bits of songs here and there.
Oh.
And so what I do is I do home recording. And so this is a way to get a lot of the home recordings that I might not have ever released.
Now, Chad, on top of all of your music, I understand a little person told me that you are also an artist.
That's right, yes.
What kind of type of art do you do?
Well, mainly painting. I've
Really?
done a lot of pottery and sculpture and things like that, but I've gotten into acrylic painting mainly, and the paintings that I do now have become lyric paintings, where they're based off the
nice.
lyrics of my songs.
Oh, how fun.
For years, I've tried to combine the two, my music and my art, and finally I've got an avenue that I can do that.
Tell us about the song that you're going to do for us.
Right. Well, this is Barns on Fire, and it's the painting that I brought today is based off that, and it's one off the new album.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, I'm excited.
Wonderful.
I
I'm
can hardly
excited.
get-
We'll
yes.
sit back, ladies and gentlemen, and enjoy.
When the barn's on fire, let it burn down to the ground. When the barn's on fire, let it burn down to the ground. 'Cause in the smoke and the ashes, you never know what can be found. When the love's long gone, let it run, run away. When the love's long gone, let it run, run away. 'Cause you can't make a wandering love wanna stay. So when the barn's on fire, let it burn down to the ground. When the barn's on fire, let it burn down to the ground. 'Cause in the smoke and the ashes, you never know what can be found. So I go out to the country to find my peace of mind. Yeah, I go out to the country to find my peace of mind. But a cold, hungry ghost is all I could find. So when the barn's on fire, let it burn down to the ground. When the barn's on fire, let it burn down to the ground. 'Cause in the smoke and the ashes, you never know what can be found. When the nights get cold and seep into your bones. When the nights get cold and seep into your bones. You'll find a love, boy, don't live alone. So when the barn's on fire, let it burn down to the ground. When the barn's on fire, let it burn down to the ground. It's in the smoke and the ashes, you never know what can be found. Oh, in the barn's on fire, let it burn down to the ground. When the barn's on fire, let it burn down to the ground. It's in the smoke and the ashes, you never know what can be found.
Now, could we hear another one of your songs? Could we please?
Absolutely.
Oh, fantastic. Yay.
Way up in Minnesota, where the stars are frozen bright. Way up in Minnesota, where the stars are frozen bright. I sing myself a love song, 'cause my love can't hear me tonight. And I know I could have loved her forever and a day. I know I could have loved her forever and a day. And she would have loved me in return if I hadn't lost my way. There was something in the woods that scared the daylights out of me. There's something in the woods, Mama, scared the daylights out of me. And I dropped my lantern when I ran away. Now I cannot see. And Lord, the wind she's howling across the prairie lands. Oh Lord, the wind she's howling across the prairie lands. And I'm still searching for that ribbon that the wind is taking out of my hands. We spoke to one another, each in our own dreams. We spoke to one another, each in our own dreams. But now I can't fall back to sleep. I'm wide awake, wondering what it means. Way up in Minnesota, way up in Minnesota, I sing myself a love song.
Wasn't that beautiful? Wow.
Oh my.
You were a great guest today. We want to thank you for being here. But before we go, can you share with us how we learn more about your music?
I like to play all over the region, so I would love to come up to Minnesota and play as much as possible. But I also have a website if you're interested to check out my new CD called Redemption Man here.
Yes.
And it's chadelliott.net. That's LLT on Elliott. And you can find other CDs as well on there.
Wonderful.
As well as you can look at my artwork.
Thank you for being our guest today, Chad. And thank you, Ernie, for being the co-hostess. We so appreciated it. And we want to thank the citizens of Sweet Swine County for their reports. And thank you, our viewing audience of the Cocklebur Morning Show, where we read out the big stories from throughout Sweet Swine County. Bye-bye.
This program has been made possible by Purdue University, Sweet Swine County's Institute of Higher Learning, with 3 classroom trailers that can accommodate up to 9 students each. To learn more, visit sweetswinescoop.com.
The lifestyles led in the small towns and counties of the Midwest are like no other. But we seldom hear about the points of interest and businesses located in these towns. Well, there's one TV station that's made it their mission to make sure the stories of the small towns of the Midwest are told, Kluk TV. That's right, Kluk TV, located in the neighboring county of Sweet Swine. See all the towns that are covered on KLUKTV.com.
Our Story Productions presents Cooking It Up with Betty, a saucy look at our stories. So, get ready for the one and only Betty Thompson!
Welcome back to another episode of Cooking It Up with Betty. And what a show I have for you today. We'll have a special guest, which will help me make our special dish. We'll have reports from my roving reporters out in the field, and it will be a wonderful time. So without further ado, let me introduce my guest for today, Lawyer Ed, right here from Sweet Swine County.
Hey.
Oh, it's
Good
so
to
nice
see
to
you.
see you.
Good to see you.
And I see you brought your friend Quacker.
Yes, quackers. We
And,
take a bow, quackers. Oh, you're good.
Oh, yes.
She had a special hairdo for the day.
I see that.
Yes.
And you have a hat on, too.
When I heard I was going to be on your show, I put this on 2 weeks ago. I haven't taken it off since
Oh,
then.
well.
Yeah, not even for. I haven't bathed. I've just left it on.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yes.
well.
Can I have another hug?
Yes, well.
Yes.
Yes, and Quackers is a guest on my show. That's wonderful.
Yes. She's very excited about cooking.
Oh, I didn't know that ducks like to cook.
She's even, her whole family's been involved with cooking.
Is that
Yes.
right? Well,
They say the whole family either, not that they have good taste, they taste good. She's even written a cookbook.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I've written several cookbooks. Maybe we can share some secrets
wonderful,
later on.
wonderful.
Does she have it published already? Or?
Yes, and it's the title of it is Hot Things That Happen in the Oven.
Well, that could be quite a hot subject.
Yes.
Well, this is exciting, and I'll be glad to share some secrets about my cookbooks later on with her while we're cooking.
Wonderful. We are cooking today.
Oh, yes.
Wow, it's wonderful.
Yes, we
That's
are.
fantastic.
We are. And, my show not only tells my home viewers what to eat, but where to eat.
Where to eat? I mean, I'm never worried about where to eat. I was worried about when to eat.
Well, did you try this wine? It's a
certainly.
new one. Does Quackers do it?
Usually drinks right out of the bottle.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
it might be a little messy, but we could try that.
Yes, here's to...
Yes. We're going to be cooking today. Okay, my roving reporters, they go all over outside Sweet Swine County, and they look at all of the little restaurants and places to eat, and then they report it back to us. Let's look at some of the reports right now, okay?
That sounds wonderful.
Oh, Abby Appetite here, head reporter for the What's Cooking team. Making a list for my reporters to do stories on about the restaurants, cafes, diners, supper clubs, and bakeries in the small towns of the Midwest. You can see them all on KlukTV.com. Hey, let's pick one out and go there together. Remember, you'll be traveling with an appetite. Abby Appetite.
What'd you think of those reports?
Oh, I thought those were fantastic. Those are some great places. We should go there sometime. It would be wonderful.
Lawyer Ed, are you asking me for a date?
Of course. That's wonderful.
Well,
We should do that. Take
well, we could talk about that later, but this is a cooking show, and I see that.
I'm
Lewis
cooking already.
Yeah, I see that. Lewis is motioning for us to get started. In honor of
what he's
having
doing?
Quackers here today, I thought we would make roast duck.
What? Roast duck? Crackers, cover your ears. This is very sensitive. You can't say something like this. This is like...
I wasn't going to roast her.
Yes, but it's just even the mention of it. There's a lot of trauma in her family and her background of roast duck. This is something that happens. This is a hunting season, too. This is a terrible situation.
I'm so sorry. I was thinking to honor her. I never thought of it that way. I'm so sorry. Let me put my thinking hat on.
I'll give her another
yeah,
drink.
maybe she'll settle down just a little bit. I feel really bad. Let me think here. Well, I'm thinking and getting this new recipe ready. Let's go to another of our reports, okay?
Okay, good idea.
And we'll get that. We'll get that new one started.
Give her a chance to settle down.
Lenny Leftover here, just returned from the road. I and my fellow What's Cooking reporters have discovered incredible restaurants, cafes, diners, supper clubs, and bakeries in small towns. Now you can learn what we've learned on KlukTV.com. I found them so incredible, the only leftover was I, Lenny.
Welcome back. We've changed our recipe. Now we're making cheesy corn bake. I'm sure those ingredients will meet with Quacker's approval.
Yes,
and thank heavens for helpers. My niece, BJ, went down to the grocery store and got my groceries. Did they have everything I needed, honey?
Yes, Aunt Betty. I always know what you need. Do you need any more help?
Well, let me check and see.
Well, I noticed that Quackers has been winking at you over there. He's been looking at you quite a bit. Do you know who Quackers is? Quackers is a duck who's been in... We've been all over the country. We've been in vaudeville. We've been many... Do you know what vaudeville is? No. Well, it's... vaudeville is comedy, and it's live comedy, and there's women, and there's...
Probably more information than my niece needs to know. Maybe she could play with Quackers for a little bit here.
Sure, that would be a good
Honey,
idea.
why don't you hold Quackers? I think Quackers would like to be with you. Oh, my. Well, let's get on with our cooking. I'm making the cheesy corn bake. As you can see, I have the corn, I have celery, I have red pepper and onion in here. We're going to be adding to that 4 eggs. So would you like to whip them up a little
Sure.
bit? Smash them a little bit. And then we will be stirring in
I always love a good yolk.
Oh, Ed, you're so funny.
So do we drink this first?
No, we're going to put that in here with this. Would you like to put it in here?
Sure, that would be.
Okay. That looks great. I'll have you stir that up just a little bit. Let me knock this off. Okay.
That's what that expression means, knock it off. I've heard that so many times.
Yes. And you know, after we get this all mixed up, isn't that
beautiful.
pretty? The colors are so nice. And I'm sure that
Kind of like laundry drying as they go by. Look at that.
And here we have some
Oh,
breadcrumbs. And we're going to put that on top of the...
Here, let's give a little breadcrumbs there for Quackers. There, Quackers. Quackers, and Jill loves those.
Okay, let's get this
Don't
in
eat
here.
so fast, Quackers, you'll get choked. You know?
And then we get this into the oven.
Oh,
We're going to put some crumbs on top. I'll let you spread the crumbs on top.
The crumbs are over here. I thought Quackers had eaten them all.
And then we put them in the oven and bake it for 45 minutes. And I'm sure that Quackers is going to just love this. This will be a lot better than the roast duck would have been, I have to admit.
Oh, yes, this is... Oh, and now do we throw a little of this over our shoulder for good luck?
Spread it way to the corners because we want to make sure that it gets all in there. Oh, how nice.
Oh, nice, yes.
Okay. If any of my home viewers would like to have a copy of this recipe, please send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Kluk Television, Cooking It Up with Betty. And, oh my, Ed. Make sure that you put the name of the recipe on your envelope so that you'll get the special seasoning.
This is the special seasoning?
Yeah, well, some of the special seasonings.
We have more? Oh.
And we're out of time. I would like to thank my special guest, Ed, and Quackers.
Thank you.
A special thanks to my niece for running down to the grocery store. And thanks also to the grocery store for being available at the last minute. And for you, my home viewers, please come back next time. Bye now.
This program is made possible in part by Swine Tales Publication, the proud publisher of Sweet Swine County maps and plat books, now publishing authors from throughout Sweet Swine County. Swine Tale Publications is now making plans for their next book tour, and they may be held in these small towns with the release of My Slow Descent from Hollywood to KLUK TV by Sergio Furlione. Born in Italy, he immigrated to the United States early in his career. With over a dozen films to his credit, Hollywood readily embraced his directional style. Within a year, he was working on a monumental project with some of the top talent in the business. With 2 Oscars for direction under his belt and more than a few starlets on his arm, he experienced an unparalleled degree of success. After his second marriage to the darling of the silver screen ended, he found himself searching for the meaning in life. Then, after a series of unfulfilling love affairs, he met and married the love of his life, only to have happiness slip through his fingers when his wife was forced to enter the witness protection program during their honeymoon in Paris. It was this event that would change his career and his life path forever. Leaving the bright lights of Hollywood behind him, he found himself moving to Sweet Swine County to work as the creative director for a small market station, KLUK TV. Each of these towns are being considered for a book signing because of the information found on the best source about small towns of the Midwest. To learn about these towns, visit destinationsmalltown.com.
This program has been made possible by SweetSwineScoop.com, the online magazine that keeps Sweet Swine County citizens informed on what's happening. For if it happens in Sweet Swine County, it's news to us.